A year ago, Shankar Ehsaan Loy composed for their first OTT series, Bandish Bandits. The romance musical served a fresh take on Indian classical music, Indian pop music, and their fusion. As the anniversary approaches, the composers are back on Amazon Prime Video with their latest offering, Tufan. Here are Shankar Ehsaan and Loy in conversation with Forbes India.
It was a very long project because the deliverables were a lot. Like there's pieces of background score, there's pieces where these guys are practicing, there's pieces where this guy's practicing and he like screws it up. So all that had to be recorded before because then they're shooting. We can't do it backwards, in the sense that after they shoot to sync the vocals and all with them. When they're practicing, even for the girl, when she's composing a pop song, her process of doing that, all that had to be done earlier. So the deliverables were huge. I mean, like Shankar said, there was like 450 ideas of music to be delivered, which took us 2 years to do. So it was, but in itself, in the content, it was a beautiful project because it was so interesting. Especially with Loy and me, every time there's something like this, whether it's Katiyar Kaljat Gusli or whether it's, you get to learn a lot about the Indian folk and the Indian classical and bandishes and kutumaris and all that kind of stuff. So it's a very wholesome album. I think this is one album which is for the catalog. I was just so happy that it did so well because, and not only with, one would think that the classical music listeners were older people. It did well with the youth. I've seen kids who are 12 and 15 singing songs from Bandish Bandits, and not necessarily the pop songs, singing stuff like Garaj Garaj and all the other songs.
We've had a fantastic working relationship since Dil Chahta Hai. I think we've done you're right, more than about, I think 12 films I have forgotten. So it's fantastic because we've developed a beautiful relationship with him, with the producer, and with Zoya, the two of them that we worked with the company and, Excel. And in this case, Rakesh Om Prakash Mehra as well, because, he's done this with Excel. So it's been fantastic. We have a beautiful understanding.
I'll tell you, there are some people when they come to work with you, that you are in a free Maidan. Okay, that these people, they are going to appreciate something that you do which is out of the box. Okay, for example, Rakesh, he walks into the studio, he will not even tell you what is it that he wants, he just tells you a basic sketch. He'll just draw a sketch for you about the situation and he just lets you be. And when you know that a samne wala jo hai, he's going to listen to you and your musical creativity, which you are trying to go beyond barriers, that is going to be respected. So automatically your brain opens up a little. For example, if you're working with somebody else who's a little closed and no, these things don't happen, I don't like these things, so you automatically start thinking with that direction. Yeah. So when we're working with these people, you're completely free, it's very chilled out, and your ideas are respected. Normally it's up to them to choose the music composers for their film, and they can easily go to anybody, and anybody would be more than willing to work with Excel Entertainment, or for that matter Farhan, or for that matter with Rakesh Om Prakash Mehra. So we really thank them for having faith in our music and trusting us and giving us the opportunity to work with them again and again. You should use music to communicate the idea that you want to communicate. Like, for example, if you want to make somebody get that bittersweet feeling, whether he doesn't know whether he wants to cry or whether he wants to laugh, do a song like Kal Ho Na Ho. If you want to really make the person cry, do a song like Maan. Okay, if you want the person to dance and go crazy, do Galla Gudi. Okay, if you want him to start feeling really, really inspired, do a song like Laksh. Okay, If you want him to understand the aesthetics of music, do Sapno Se Bhare Naina. If you want him to, dance at a party, do Kajrare. You know what I mean? So use music as a tool to express what you want to express. So what happens is, in a sports film, there are certain emotions that the characters go through. For example, Milka, whether it's Surma, or for that matter, now it is in Tufan. So there are certain elements that we use, like for example, Ehsan's guitar, his guitar riffs. They're all very, very inspirational and just pushes your energy up there.
Yes, it's like a whole volume of work. The form of consumption is different. In the old days, you would either put vinyl or you'll put on a CD or a cassette. Cassette is a little more effort for you to fast forward a song. But today it's instant. It's like, someone can skip a song or rewind a song. It's like, total control in the hand of the end user. So that's the difference.
Actually, the thing is, it's amazing because, I do interact with a lot of young people on Instagram and all, especially singers and musicians. There are people 11 years old, 12 years old, even younger actually, who who remember our songs even more than we do. Like some days ago, somebody was pointing out a song to me from Thoda Pyar Thoda Magic. Soundtrack I'd completely forgotten about. I'd forgotten what songs we did on that. So, he said, "Sir, can you teach me the guitar solo?" This is an 11-year-old kid, so I don't even remember that I played a guitar solo. And so I went back and I heard it and I said, "Oh my God, this was pretty cool for the time when we did it," And it's just amazing that the youth is even listening to that even now, And I think it's got to do something to do with, social media and streaming, that there's all this access, The thing is that whoever bought that music then on CD or cassette, those cassettes have probably been thrown away. The CDs have probably been given to the Raddiwala because there's nobody got a CD player. So, now there's the access there, and they'll say like, go to a Shankar Ehsaan Loy curated playlist. Curated by, every day in the email, I get like, you've been added to this playlist, you've been added, Shankar Ehsaan Loy has been added to this playlist. One thing, a Kamal Haasan playlist, randomly, our name is there for Alavandan and for Vishwarupam. So the thing is that the access is a lot more. And as a result of which, your music is getting out to a lot of people. And a lot of music that people are almost like, which were like dinosaurs, are now like, you go to Jurassic Park, of all the old songs which are being played again.
I think we have made changes in what we have to offer, right from Dil Chahta Hai onward. That was a whole shift. It was a whole paradigm shift in terms of the sound of the music when it first came out. And I think from time to time we've always nudged the audience, not more like a friendly nudge. Sometimes a little jab, check it out kind of thing. Like Mizia was one of those kind of albums that has a very different strain to it. So we do that from time to time. We try and do that as much as it allows. And I think also that depends a lot on our director, how open they are to give us a clean slate to work with. So it comes from that, it stems from that. We've got some stuff in the works, but I don't know whether we can disclose anything. Okay. Shankar will probably let you in it at some point.
Yeah, we're planning something, yeah.